Okay, welcome back to Dave's channel now. The project is to put a thumb on this backhoe. As explained on the previous video on my channel, this is the Mahindra 23B, but actually made by TYM. And one thing really good is that the pivot point for the thumb is already there. So we're not going to weld anything on that nice backhoe. We're not going to scratch any paint.
It's already.
Okay, the idea is to see, are we going to link onto this pin or this pin? Most of the time what we see on the internet is that the link on this one. Only detail, however, is that most of the time the grapple sits like this, and when you open the bucket, then you kind of pinch too much with an angle. So we're going to try to have some kind of a curve on that grapple. We are going also to extend this so that it clears these links. And yep. And the idea also is to make some calculation before we even start doing anything, so that we won't be trial and error too much. So we're going to take reference from this hole to this surface, this one to this surface, so we get a good clue of what it is, and from this, those teeth, so that we have the teeth matching. So in order to do those reference, what we will do is we will put this surface of the boom perfectly horizontal, so we will be able to take some measurement that will be easier to take.
Sounds like a good plan.
Good. Water rag? No. Oh, and by the way, this is a pretty much tempered pin. It's a 25 millimeter. We were able to find it. I think it has chrome on it. It's supposed to be doing some. It's supposed to be used for cylinders. Okay. Good. Right there. So we have to have a pin longer so that we can have the attachment for the thumb. Okay, what we used is a mechanical tubing. So basically, it's a 1 inch dead on 1 inch inside, which is 25.4 millimeter. And when you slide this over, then it's just perfect. So we have two 1 inch bushings, and one is a little bit smaller to compensate for the other bushing on the other side. We go like this, and this. And this one will be here. You could have put a pin longer, eh? Could have been. Oh, my mistake.
No, but you can weld it.
Yeah, well, obviously we'll weld it.
It's once it's welded.
Okay, this is one option there. Other option is to put the bushing outside. Like this. Ah, maybe like this, right? Makes sense?
I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, from this view, this is the current bushing that goes with the bucket, where we have to put the bolt. And this is the one arm of the thumb with the bushing. On the other side, this is the compensating bushing for the one on the other side, and the other bushing that will be welded against this one. Or maybe they will be all welded
Yes.
together.
Yes. It would be easier.
Okay, Dave had this plate you see here. He had two, and Dave is behind the camera right now.
That's me. Alright.
And we cut those parts out of that plate, so that's the remaining of the plate. So that's how we came up with those two arms that you see there in the vise. And we put some shaft here to simulate the hinge and where the ram or mechanical ram will stand. So this is one tube inside of the other tube. Maybe I should have done a video, but this tube was not fitting properly in that one, so we did have to use this is a fly cutter to remove a little bit of material there, so it can fit perfectly inside this one. And I use a hole saw on this side to make it fit. On this side, my hole saw, this one was not quite big enough, again with the fly cutter, so it fit perfectly. So it will be welded on both sides. So this one will fit with a 1 inch, actually a 25 millimeters pin. This one is a 3/4 of an inch. So that would be basically a bolt on the upper arm. And at the bottom, that will be the 1 inch pin. So we're ready to weld the first bushing on this side. So we've fitted the those arms together in the vise with the 90-degree angle magnets also clamped. So we have the 90 degrees like this. We've put shims just under to make the 90 degrees this way. And while we have this, we're going to weld the first bushing on this side. We're going to remove this and weld the bushing on the other side. And then after that, we'll be able to spread the two pieces apart. That's pretty much it. Perfect. Good. So that's a dry fit without welding. Hey, what's this? Okay, can you drive in the pin? Okay, going that this way. Good. Okay. Okay, couldn't be much.
That's good.
Harder than that.
That's just lovely.
Whoa! Too much paint on your boom. That's why. Oops. Right. Okay, we did that setup to weld a few pieces together. We have a second tube here along with this one that will keep that parallel. We'll be able to tack weld this. This one is being centered on this and being very parallel, and this is relying on the bushing here, so we're going to weld this here. We are also going to weld on this side something to on this side. This will hold the pins inside with the bolt, so we're going to weld the counter nut here, so we'll be able to just remove the pins. Because those pins are so tempered, we are not able to cut and to drill in it, so we're just going to weld this tab at the end of the pin, so we just have to remove the pin. Will be only bolted from the end. So let's weld this. Okay, next part is to put holes in it. So this part will have holes each and every inches. This one will have 1 inch, one hole here at 2 inches, the other at 3.5. So whatever suits best to fit one hole or the other will make 1/2 of an inch increments like this. I think this is more than enough, but anyways. Okay, let's say we go like this and just a little bit side the other hole, and that's fine. Okay. Voila!
Wow.
Hey,
That's good.
okay.
No.
Okay, let's say we go like this and just a little bit side the other hole, and that's fine. It's we're scrapping one mesh. We will have to.
Check.